1944年出生於英國倫敦的彭定康，在自己22歲大學剛畢業不久，便加入了英國保守黨。在短短的幾年之內，他成了保守黨政策諮詢的頭號專家。此後，他更是先後擔任內閣部長、保守黨主席以及香港總督和歐盟委員會專員等職，書寫了令人炫目的政治簡歷。而最初，對於這位牛津大學歷史系畢業的碩士生來說，投身政治卻完全是一次偶然。
Well, when a person says farewell, it's very natural to go back to the first days that you entered politics. In retrospect, was that a calculated career for you?
It was coincidence. I went quite young on a scholarship to Oxford University. While I was there, I wasn't remotely interested in politics. I acted, I wrote, I played a lot of sport, did a bit of work, met my wife. I was supposed after university to be joining the BBC and
to be a reporter.
To learn to be, well, or a producer.
Okay.
They had very prestigious graduate traineeships, and they awarded about 8 or 10 a year, and I'd got one of them. And then I went to America on a scholarship, and while I was there, I got involved in politics, in a political campaign in New York, and really got the bug. I think it's probably like the way that actors or actresses suddenly get the thrill of being on the stage. Once it gets into your blood, once the virus is there, there's not very much you can do about it. So instead of joining the BBC, I came back and joined the Conservative Party's research department, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Well, among all the important titles you have held before, the governor of Hong Kong was somehow a highlight of it. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it was 5 years in a remarkable city with some remarkable people. I think in life you're extremely lucky if you get the opportunity of working outside your own culture and outside your own normal social infrastructure.
But when you went to Hong Kong for the first place, it was not so light-hearted as it sounds today, right? Because at that time you just lost a campaign for the House of Commons in Britain. So how would you describe your mentality when you came onto the position?
One of our greatest poets has a line, "Sweet are the uses of adversity," that very often you actually make the most in life out of things which seem to have gone badly wrong.
这件对彭定康来说糟糕透頂的事，是指1992年他作為英國保守黨主席，領導政黨取得了議會選舉，但卻輸掉了自己的議員席位。當時的他與首相梅傑的關係非常親近，後者也曾在自己的傳記中提到，如果當初彭定康沒有失去議員的席位，那麼將很有可能被提名擔任財政或外交大臣。可以想象，當這樣的機會與自己擦肩而過的時候，彭定康該是怎樣的心情
？You know, life turned out differently, and I do think it's certainly been my experience that it's a terrible thing in life to spend your time thinking what might have been. And it's even worse to feel sorry for yourself.
Did you feel sorry for yourself at the time?
For about 24 hours. And a lot of people wanted me to stay in British politics by fighting a by-election, which you can do. It's the elections between general elections. Or they wanted me then to become a member of the House of Lords for a bit as a minister and then leave the House of Lords later to fight an election again. All those things seem to me to be a bit unseemly, slightly distasteful. And I didn't want to be hanging around anyway with people feeling sorry for me. So for about 24 hours I felt pretty bruised. And then almost as soon as the then Prime Minister, he was consulting me the day after the election on who to put in his cabinet. It wasn't going to include me. And he said he would like me still to do a big job in politics, and he mentioned one or two, and the governorship of Hong Kong was one of them. And I pretended that I'd have to think about it. But as soon as he mentioned it, I knew Hong Kong, I'd been to Hong Kong, and I thought it was an incredible place, and I jumped at it.